What's up, Janet? How's your day going? How's dating life been for you?
I've been transitioning, you know, from the mentality of like, oh, maybe I could date a comic because they're so cool. Because comics have such personalities. And like, how can I date a dentist? What am I going to talk to a dentist? Have you ever dated a comic?
Bro, I literally thought you were transitioning a different way. I'm like, oh my God, you dated enough comics that you're a man now. Welcome to my world.
I think this is what will happen because like I'm feeling that there's a lot of instability in terms of identity.
Yeah, I don't know why you date comics. Everyone's fucking dead inside.
I don't date comics, but I try to play with the idea, right? Because I always thought like, we have so much in common. We talk about same people. We have same interests.
Yeah, but having a common gossip foundation and having a couple things in common. The problem with comics is who they are on stage is a lot of times not who they are in real life. That blows everyone's minds in the beginning, you know?
That's really crazy because I feel like a lot of them are suicidal.
Yeah, like 80% of them are suicidal. Because they're all like living this crazy dream where like every single one of them, especially the straight white ones, oh my God, they're the worst.
Those are not the ones I would want to date.
Oh, you're so funny.
Yeah, that's not my pool, but
yeah. Yeah, well, I have like, you know, minority problems and growing up in America, like always with white people. Like my heroes on Idols and stuff in movies was always like white people. So I'm starting to transition myself. I'm dating more brown men. It's good.
I think you are doing that because naturally it's like you're interested in the opposite, what is it called?
Opposites attract? Because they're white and I'm brown? No, I don't think it's that. I think it's just like grew up with everything they grew up with. It's really hard for me.
What about me, like in this case?
Yeah, like it's the same thing with you. When like people are making references to shit you don't know or talking about like stuff like that stuff most comics are talking about have to do with like the monoculture and common references and whatever. That's why we think we're funny, because we know everything.
Yeah, like you think it would be so much fun to be with a comic because they understand comedy, they're funny. And then you hang out with them and they're actually not funny in real life. I feel like a lot of people who do comedy, they write a set and those are funny jokes. And maybe they have funny ideas in their head, but in real life, they're depressed.
We already know. It's so funny. I hate to be that guy. Well, I've been hanging around comics for 21 years. I tried to make one my boyfriend. That was hilarious.
Well, hey, at least you did it and you know, because like for me, it was a very tough exploration because I couldn't understand why it doesn't add up. Like at the same time, I'm like, there's no way I could possibly at this point of my life date anyone else.
Well, okay. Do you think you have chuckle fucker mentality? I think every girl that comes into comedy opens with chuckle fucker mentality. Swear.
I don't think I have that. I just want to have a good time. I want to laugh. And it's hard for me to relate. Like if I was dating an engineer, even if he has a good sense of humor, I'm like, what are we going to talk about? Spreadsheets, whatever they're doing there, whatever sheet.
Engineers talk about things they're building and formulas and like physics and stuff. I like engineers. Engineers are fun. But like, no, I think it's like comics are just a different breed, man. They're like not even trying to be relatable. Well, at least, so some of them like go into comedy, then they stop drinking, then they get healthy, then they go to therapy and they're like, whoa, I'm curious, but then they're not as funny.
They're not as funny, right? But you know what I noticed?
I hate saying that. When they get well, they're not as hilarious, you know? When you're unhinged, it's funny as shit.
And comics is different kind of a breed of an animal than actors. Like actors is a completely different...
Yeah, actors care how they look. Comics care how they sound, period.
I'm talking about mentality.
Yeah, I'm talking about what they care about. Actors are like, hey man, look at me. I have this great attitude and I can sing a song and play a game with you. Look at the voices I can do and the acting I can do, right? Where comics are like, hey, what's up? Why are you weird? You know what I mean? Like we're a very paranoid group of people that are just like, what's funny about you?
But the one thing they have in common is being suicidal. I feel like actors and comics, they're all suicidal.
I think fewer actors are suicidal than comics. I think comics have the hardest road in all of entertainment.
Why? I feel like being a comic is somewhat of a logical path. Like, you're good at comedy, you have the energy, you go, you perform, you do your jokes, and then you have a path. But for an actor, it's more like relying on purely on luck.
No, actors have talents beyond comedy.
Sure, they have talents, but like luck is what gets you in the door in the right project.
Yeah, but like also comedy is definitely like a secret society more so than an open craft. Like you can go to school and get a BFA in theater. You can get an acting degree. You can't get a comedy degree. Nope.
Yeah, but still, like, think about it. Okay, you got this degree based on literature that's been written by other people, works of...
No, but like, yeah, it's also like, that's the thing. Comics act, they write. We write our own jokes and then we act them out on stage. If you're in LA, you act out way fucking more. But in reality, right, we're writers. And that's the hardest thing I have with acting. Every time I have to do a stupid audition, I'm like, these words are stupid. I could do better words than these, script man.
Oh yeah, there's not a lot of good writers out there.
It's so hard because
even like A-list celebrities complain about that. Have you heard Meryl Streep complain about how there's not a lot of good writers?
You and Meryl Streep. I can't wait till you meet her out loud, and I'm gonna be like, you should see her impression of you in Del Wars Prada. It's fucking hilarious. She rolled her eyes all big. It's really funny.
But in reality, this is the truth. I don't know why there's so many bad writers, but if you're doing some kind of mid-project, it's for sure going to be that.
I literally think once you pick the actor, then you pick the writer. Because it's so, like for me, like for comedy especially, when you write in a person's voice, then you can write words for them. If you're writing something in your own voice or some character and that actor doesn't like mesh 100% with the character, there are gonna be words they never said before. That's crazy.
That's called good casting.
Is it good casting?
Yeah.
Or is it like, what the hell, man? Why are you talking nonsense? Like, that's not a word that would ever come. I don't know. I guess it's good casting. I guess if you can all right, I'm thinking about like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder. Did you see that one?
Yep.
Do you remember?
The face.
The face? Blackface? No, because he turned himself completely into an African American person.
Right.
And had accents, and like the words that he said were like supposedly typical for that role, right?
Do you think his accent was better than my black accent?
Your black accent is ridiculous, racist, and offensive.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What about my Indian accent? How do you like my Indian accent?
Super offensive.
You like my Indian accent?
Nobody likes it.
It's offensive? Why is it offensive?
My favorite thing you ever did was go on a date with an actual Indian man and think it was hilarious because I laugh at you all the time.
That man have never called me back.
I know! That's how offensive the accent is!
The date went well, and we had a good time. He's like some kind of financial manager, like a normal dude.
No, dude.
And then we stood at the mirror, and we looked so different. Like, we looked so different. And then I thought, you know, I should pay tribute to his culture and show him how well I do Indian accents.
I'm dead.
And I was in front of the mirror. I was like, hey,
I'm horrified. I'm so horrified at your behavior, but it is hilarious. Like, so doing it for the plot, like, just do it for the story, man.
I mean, this was a different date. Like, yeah, you know,
So
it's
funny.
Something different.
I don't even know comics that date, right? Like, I know comics that swipe. I know comics that'll be like, because did I ever do my Chuckle Fucker impersonation for you?
No, but I feel like Chuckle Fucker, it comes from like being an audience member. If you do comedy yourself, you're just attracted to people and you appreciate whatever they do. Like, how is this a Chuckle Fucker?
Think it through though. Like I'm not saying all female comics. I'm saying a part of us. Like a part of me is a whole fangirl of comics and comedy. Like that's why I got into it, right? They changed my life. Comedy changed my life as a kid.
Because you enjoy it. You enjoy it genuinely. Right. You do it. You want to hang out with like-minded people.
Right. And if you have really bad boundaries, you hang out with somebody who does something cool and you're like, allow me to gift you this pussy because you're so cool and made me feel so good. I'm gonna fuck you because that's all I have to give you back.
How
you know?
are you gifting your pussy? You are enjoying it yourself. Gifting something to someone means you are sacrificing something. You're enjoying something together.
A gift isn't a sacrifice, it's an appreciative gesture.
Bro, gifting means you're giving something that you have to someone else because of ABC. Here, you guys are involving in the same activity that you both are gonna benefit from.
Okay, so I'm talking about, in the chuckle fucker scenario, let's say you've never done comedy, you go to your first open mic, all these young boys make you laugh and laugh. And laughing's like comic. Laughing makes you feel so good, and there's so much like serotonin in your head.
It's healing. Laughing, it's healing. That's
100%. 100%. So like, you know how everybody gets a little bit of a crush on their therapist? A little bit of a crush on their physical therapist after their car accident to help them walk?
I never did that. Never.
You never had a crush on your doctor or your therapist or the person that was helping you in a situation?
Oh, I could only imagine that if like you were in a hospital watching someone being in the hospital among old people and like people who are injured and suffering, whatever, and then there comes in a doctor. This happened to me once because that happened.
Yeah. I work in physical medicine with people after car accidents, after broken hips, after whatever, and I'm the first bitch you see when you get in a shower. I'm like the first person to take you on a toilet. All those bitches fall in love with me. Every single one. Honey, will you come and live with me? Will you stay with me forever? You know?
Is that why you like your job?
Oh, I love my job. I have so much self-esteem because I hang out with 90-year-old men all day. Oh. And they're like, why aren't you married? And I'm like, because I don't want to be stuck in a position like this, taking care of an old man in my house because I got married and it was so great.
What the hell? There's people who do it, just like you. There's professionals who come in and do it.
Yeah, if you're rich. If you're not rich, they put you 6'2" to a toilet in a nursing home like a kennel for old people.
Why would you marry someone who's not rich?
This bitch! That is a core American value right there. We marry for love.
Yeah, you love somebody who is rich.
Oh my God. That's horrifying. Like, that's the thing. Like, I think that the thing that between being American and being from another country is like, we're so engaged in like fun and happy and what makes you happy, right?
Bro,
like,
go ask a Chinese person. Go ask an Indian person.
I know. Zarnagard's making a whole living out here, like saying, like, give them the rules, tell them what's up, train your husband, make a marriage, we'll make $3 billion. Her net worth is ridiculous because she did all the right things. What if you marry an asshole?
What?
What if he's a beater and a dick and you didn't know it?
A rich asshole?
Yeah. What if he's a rich asshole who slaps you around a little bit? Would you still marry him?
What if you marry a poor asshole who slaps you around?
I mean, that's true love then.
At least you can cry into your Gucci bag.
Oh my God. Do you think being abused by a rich asshole is better than... I mean, I guess it is. Being abused by a rich asshole is better than being abused by a poor asshole.
That abuse is crispier. At least he's gonna say some smart shit if he's making this money, honestly.
Do you think only smart people make money? Because I see stupid idiots with money.
Of course, there's stupid idiots with money, which is the worst thing ever. But if somebody is making this money in a legit way, most likely you're gonna get some feedback.
I like my dad's style. Like people are saying, you know what the phrase ghetto fabulous is?
You?
Me? No, I'm better than ghetto fabulous. I'm jungle fabulous, you know? Because it's like when you're poor and then nobody trains you to be in society and then you just get money and now you're in society with money and a whole jungle mentality. My dad was the best jungle fabulous.
Do they call it money can't buy class?
Yeah. People will say, it's a phrase, money can't buy class.
Ghetto fabulous.
Yeah. Ghetto fabulous. But ghetto fabulous is kind of cool though. Like they're not wrong. Like the people who buy tons and tons of gold are not wrong. Because when the dollar completely falls apart and when like all the money systems go to hell, if you have gold, you're kind of in okay shape. It's still the standard, right?
And then what do you do with it? You just like bury it in your backyard?
No, melt it down and sell it and now you're the richest person.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's so crazy how people are so obsessed about shit like that and then they just die and they can't take it with them.
Well, I mean, I don't know. My mom left Pakistan with all the family gold on our bodies. We had 3 little girls. We all wore bangles to here and here, and then we all wore necklaces.
What
and
do
then,
you mean you all wear necklaces? You weren't born then.
No, 1978, bro. We went to Pakistan during the revolution over there when they hanged Bhutto. Yeah, they killed the prime minister.
You guys flew to Pakistan and you had gold taped to your body?
No. On the way back. On the way back, we went to Pakistan to get my grandma because she was gonna get taken over by the revolution. So we went to Pakistan And my mom's a G, dude. She was hiding gold watches and toilet paper rolls and stacking the toilet papers across. Like, it was crazy how much shit we had to hide. But back then, 77, 78, they didn't put kids through the fucking metal detector. So my mom stacked, we had skinny arms. So we stacked gold bangles from here to here, all the gold necklaces, and then put a scarf. So it just looked like we were wearing a scarf. And then they were like, kids, go this way. And we went, and we came with all the money and bought my grandma a house in America.
That's so cool.
My 16th birthday, I got a solid gold, this thick, real gold bangle with all kinds of stuff on it, because you know, my family, whatever. And I remember it was heavy, and I was like, do I need to take this off? And he was like, no, just go like this. And then I was like, holy shit, what if I had a gun strapped in between my titties? I could just walk through this? And the guy was like, don't say things like that. And I'm like, oh, okay. I be getting searched in airports. I say dumb shit.
Yeah, I mean, I look at you and I would be searching you with those eyes.
Dude, you know who doesn't like me? Frankfurt Airport. That Frau.
Why not?
Was not happy with me because I was like 14 and I'm American and I'm American, right?
Were you guys flying Lufthansa?
Yeah. Yeah, Lufthansa or because KLM's the other guy, but Lufthansa. And so we're in Frankfurt Airport. I'm just trying to get some gummy bears. But for whatever reason, they held us up and they started and she literally like was doing this with one of my lipsticks. And I was like, oh yeah, I got a bomb in a lipstick, lady. All loud, 14-year-old, American, dumb bitch, spoiled brat.
And what did they do? They like searched you up and down your asshole.
Took me in the back, unloaded all my whole bags, went one by one, slow as death. I was like, oh my God. She's like, take care not to mention bomb in airport. I was like, oh shit, this lady's serious.
This sounded French right now.
Whatever, whoever she was, that's what she sounded like to me. But then also, it was 86. And other countries were super secure. America was not, you know? You take all kinds of shit on airplanes in America. We were taking gallon jugs of shit. You know
Why
what
was
I mean?
America not secure in 86? That was the year I was born.
Because it was pre 9/11. When 9/11 happened.
What the fuck are you talking about? I was 15 when 9/11 happened.
I know.
91?
That's why
2001.
Yeah, we didn't have good security until 9/11. And after 9/11, it was like, yo, who are you? What are you doing? What, you know what I mean? I get super screened every time. It's 3 S's. Secondary security screening. They write it down bloop, 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 on your fucking boarding pass. And they're like, oh, you've been selected. I'm like, I know.
Oh my God, how did you survive all that? That would be so stressful for me.
What, 9/11?
No, I'm talking about like getting screened all the time. That's just like, ugh.
Oh yeah, dude. Coming back from Saudi Arabia in my whole gear and shit. You just look screenable, you know? I don't know. I just roll with it. My dad can't get, my dad, so funny. So, you've met my dad, right? My dad's this tall and bald and brown and Indian. Remember after 9/11, my dad, I tried to gate check him, drop him off at the curb at the airport. You know how you do that one?
Okay.
And he was like, Rob, why are you taking me in the gate on the side? I have to go inside. And I'm like, why do you have to go inside, Dad? He's like, Rob, look my skin, hear my accent. Look my name, Abdel Wahab.
But he's...
Are you crazy?
He's Indian.
Yeah. But his name is Abdel Wahab, and it was like the number 3 Al-Qaeda at the time.
Oh, are you serious?
Same name, yeah. It was like some same name.
That's
so he just like
crazy.
lost it and was like, take me inside, blah, 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 park the car. I'm like, all right, Dad, I'll park the car and walk your shit in. Do it again.
What is your take on LA and New York in terms of comedy scene?
It's not the scene, it's the style, you know? Styles are different, very different.
Well, the style dictates the scene.
The style dictates the scene? Maybe. I don't know. I think there are New York style comics in LA that don't have as much of a home base here. And there are LA style comics in New York that maybe struggle. But yeah.
And all of them are crazy, suicidal, and unhinged.
Yeah. The unhinged comics are the best ones, you know?
Oh my God, that is so crazy. Like, I have to teach myself to not to be attracted to that.
Yeah, try not to be attracted to crazy lunatics. That's a good plan in life.
Oh, I mean, listen, it takes one to know one, to understand one. So for me, it's like, I get it. I think this is fun. I think I could have a good time with that.
24/7. Look, that's the other thing, right? Like, I've seen it how many times? Like, the craziest, angriest, most out of control on stage. Off stage, they're like, don't talk to me. I gotta go in the green room. I'm gonna put my stuff down. Who's this person? I don't want to talk to this person. Can you get that person away from me? Like, they're fucking weirdos.
That is so crazy. Like, that is something I don't understand. Do you think it's bipolar? What is it? No.
They're just like introverted extroverts. This is a group that had a primary association problem with, typically what I've seen is like gendered parent. So female comics, huge issues with their mom. Male comics, conflict with the father.
So you think this is us? I have a problem with my mom. You have a problem with your mom?
Hello?
Okay, no, that's fine. I agree. Well, you guys talk, so to me, that's like, if you're talking, that means it's not that big of a problem.
You guys talk. That's cute. We talk because I spent 25 years in therapy, dude. 25 years!
Right.
25 years in therapy to deal with my mother! And I still kill her on stage every night. I do a joke about my mom pretend dying to my great joy on stage every time I'm on stage. My sister was like, not happy. She called me one time and was like, she was stuck in a memory of our mother of the past. And I was like, first of all, how are you, I don't know how you deal with someone if you haven't gone to therapy and healed from their trauma.
Oh, yeah. I've done so much therapy, and the only thing that therapy did to me is to be like, okay, you have to completely detach, because there's no way you could change this person. There's nothing you can do. If you want to self-preserve, you gotta jet out of the shit.
That's new. That's some white people shit, man. Why aren't they teaching you coping skills and how to deal with people who disappoint you?
Coping skills?
Yeah.
Disappoint you? What are you talking about?
Forgiveness.
Forgiveness? What if somebody's coming after your life and they're unaware of that? My mother would have taken my life and she was unaware. She could have been there over my fucking dead body, standing there and being like, oh, what happened to her? She didn't even understand what she's doing. The only way for me to heal from this shit was to completely stop talking to her.
What was she doing?
She was sucking my energy so bad. She completely disregarded my issue, my problems, me as a person, and was constantly pulling the blanket, you know, towards herself, whatever the fuck this is.
Pulling the blanket towards herself?
Fuck you.
What is this American phrase I've never heard?
How do you say it? Pulling the blanket?
Pulling the blanket is, I don't know what you're talking about.
When somebody's pulling the blanket on themselves.
I've never heard this phrase.
Yeah,
honestly.
come on.
Pulling the blanket on themselves?
Yeah, come on. You're an American. There's a...
Hiding under the covers?
No.
Where she's hiding under the covers?
When somebody's constantly pulling the blanket, like, come on. What's the saying?
Constantly pulling the blanket is like what Elmo does. With his blanket. Like, I don't...
Like, there's two people under a blanket and she's constantly pulling the blanket to herself. Like, what the fuck is
she hogs the covers?
No, bro. This is a fucking American saying. When somebody's pulling the blanket...
Pulling the wool over your eyes?
No, bro.
I swear to God, pulling the blanket is not an American phrase. Pigs in a blanket, that's an American phrase.
Okay.
A blanket of...
Hold on.
You gotta look it up. That's so funny. Pulling the blanket is an American phrase. I don't think so. Pulling the wool over your eyes is like someone who's trying to show you a reality that isn't real. And I think it comes from like the wool in sheep's clothing. A wolf in sheep's clothing? Where they try to confuse you. Like, pulling the wool over your eyes is like saying someone's gaslighting you. Trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Yeah. Trying to hide the truth, obscure the truth.
Pulling the blanket over someone. Pulling the blanket over someone refers to physically covering someone with a blanket or duvet. I don't know. I literally...
Yeah, see? I'm like, it's not a phrase. Look up pulling the wool over your eyes.
I see that. Means deceive or trick someone.
Deceive or trick. Yeah, I think that's where you were going with it. Because blankets are wool, and your foreign brain just made wool into a blanket.
No. What I'm saying is that somebody would take all the energy in a relationship and just suck it out of the other person. They would constantly just use it up for themselves without understanding that another person has their own fucking interests, that they have a life. she completely disregarded that to the point where she almost killed me. And I had to make a decision to stop talking to her or
what
not.
does almost kill me mean?
It means that somebody sucks the life out of you to the point that you have no energy, and they keep asking for more. The more you give them, they keep asking for more.
What were you giving her?
Everything, all my resources and everything, and it was still not enough. And she was demanding and mean and nasty. And I said, bye-bye. You'll never see me again. Like, apparently, eventually she's gonna see me again. But,
yeah.
And that, I think, is very American.
Yeah. That's a crazy thing that's happening in America right now. Because in foreign countries, they don't even understand what my job is. Like, I told my cousins that I work with old people in a nursing home, right? Thinking it's like a normal job. Okay, so I started comedy in Denver. And that has a really unique vantage point. Because in Denver, you have the option. As a Denver comic, we're centrally located, right? Like, we're close to LA and we're kind of close to New York. You can go the other way too.
Right.
Right? So we were lucky. We would see comics tour from LA and we would see comics that were touring from New York, right? And what I noticed, the difference was in LA, everyone wants to be like a triple threat. Everyone's an actor, comic, writer, or an actor, singer, dancer, or, you know what I mean? Like a comic, singer, dancer, comic, actor, that. But in New York, if you're a comic, period.
Okay, so basically they're just standing on, a stand-up comic is standing on stage, telling jokes, that's it.
Yeah. And versus LA, which is a stand-up comic that's like, I'm telling jokes in a cool voice. Look at my cool voice. I'm funny. Da, da.
Well, how is that not stand-up comedy? That's just an...
It's so much more performative than New York, where people are like, I wrote this joke, I'm going to say the words. And you're going to laugh at them because the words themselves are the most hysterical words you've ever heard.
Okay, but when you see successful comics, they're doing act outs. And when you're watching their hour, it's going to be the words and the act out. Like,
sometimes, but there are comics that don't do any act outs at all. That just stand still and talk.
Louis C.K. Who?
Sure. Look, watch Bill Burr. Watch...
Bill Burr?
Yeah.
He's constantly doing act outs.
Is he?
Yeah, he's constantly like mocking voices and shit.
Okay, well, that's the wrong one. I'm not thinking of him.
Yeah, and like Ali Wong.
No,
Whitney
she's California.
Comics.
She's a California comic. I'm thinking Sam Morril. Sam Morril's a perfect New York comic, even though he's DMV originally, but still. He stands on stage, he talks about Sam Morril stuff, chest hair, whiskey. Like, right? Mark Norman.
Okay, yeah.
He would be another one. Those are New York comics that are just joke-oriented New York comics.
But honestly, when I'm watching an hour, in order for me to get through an hour, I have to see some act outs.
Well, but everyone's different, right?
But like, would you be retaining your attention, listening to someone
100%.
mumble in the mic for an hour?
Don't forget that comedy started where? On record albums. We used to put them on the album and listen on a record player. You can't see an act out. You can't see that shit. You gotta listen.
But when you're doing a voice, you're gonna hear that. It comes through an act out.
Yeah, Cheech and Chong were the finest act-out comics in the world when I was young. They were great, and you could hear them on a radio and know they were characters. But they're California. I'm just making the distinction between LA comedy and New York comedy. New York comedy is comedy, writing, standing, talking, making jokes that make you think, and because you thought about it, you laughed at it, because that shit was funny.
Do you think it's because it's cold out there and people are like frozen, they can't fucking move, they're like, oh, it's cold, and here in LA it's just like sunny and fun, and I'm gonna do an act out because I have the energy.
Yeah. And I also think that in LA, the audiences that are comprised of comedians are a lot nicer. People leave LA and think, I have 30 minutes of hilarious jokes. And then they hit the road and their jokes are like so specifically LA. They're so specific to like this place and this area and the sun's shining every day. And they get like, people blow smoke up your ass out here.
So you're saying those jokes are not funny other places or what?
A lot of them. Yeah. I would put my stake in the ground and say New York comics, if we're just talking the pure act of joke writing and joke delivery, hands down better than LA. LA is always so focused on the crazy, how does it look, you know?
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's definitely me.
Yeah. LA comics care about their look on stage, where New York comics are only concerned about the words and how many laughs and give a fuck what I wore or what my hair looked like. Jesus, you know?
Well, good thing it's a nice mix and anyone could be successful.
Well, that's the thing, right? Like, look at successful comics. a lot of them are straight up ugly, if not horrifically looking, right? Like these are bitches that are not gonna get chicks in the real world, so they have to be funny to pull, you know? At least you have nice titties. You pull regardless.
Well, I don't show my titties on stage.
Most of the time.
Anymore. I learned how to separate titties from stage.
That's good. We don't have to learn these lessons. Someone told me that. Some dumb comic man was like, watch what you're wearing on stage. Try not to be too sexy. It's distracting. And I remember thinking, like, this is so misogynistic. What a bullshit thing to say. Like, my jokes are good. People will laugh at my jokes. Yeah. But they're not wrong.
Your energy is sexy. So, like, doesn't matter what you're wearing. If the energy is sexy, you could be wearing a sack.
Yeah.
And you still are sexy.
But comedy is not about being sexy. Comedy is about being funny.
I disagree, because if you're sexy and you're making fun out of it, if you're making funny statements or your jokes are about you being sexy and that is funny, sure, the bottom line, you should be funny, but you could make jokes about anything.
Yeah, you can make jokes about anything, but if your whole thing is, I'm sexy, here's what's funny about being sexy, guess what? No one's gonna take you seriously. No one's gonna take you seriously. You treat yourself like an object, everyone else will too, bitch. That's the way it is.
Well, there's some comedians now that put out tits out there and have become successful.
Yeah. It depends on what you want.
Literally, this one girl, if not for her tits, she talks about her tits all the time. And if not for that, she wouldn't have anything to talk about.
She wants to make money. I want to tell jokes and have the respect of the peers in the comedy community around the craft.
But she's making money by telling the jokes, so...
That's fine. People can be a successful comedian and tell jokes that I don't particularly care for or I don't think are good or whatever. I just know I am kind of in a box because of how I learned comedy and what I want to do with comedy, right? Like, my thing is I want to elevate the art form among Gen 1 South Asians around here to be like, dude, we're going to talk about what we went through. Because comedy is about talking about your healed trauma, right? The old...
Yeah, I think your brand has a lot to do with your ethnicity and, yeah.
100%. And so, like, you can't just, like, the thing that bothers me so much is, like, there are so many people from my culture that grew up 100% American that don't have a voice, that don't get to talk about this, that don't get to say, like, bro, I didn't marry into the culture, and now I don't speak the language, and the young ones that are coming through are like, huh? How are you Pakistani? Like, there's no way. And then I have to, like, justify my existence, right? Because American dudes are like, wait, you're weird and foreign, and I would like to fetishize you, you know? And I'm like, I'm not weird or foreign. Everything I do is not because I'm Pakistani. Everything I do is because I'm me, you know? And so then you get stuck in these, like, weird, people want to pigeonhole you, you know? And I just want to make a new pigeonhole for American-born first-generation kids to be like, dude, we are just like the regular white counterparts we grew up next to.
Isn't it called having a niche?
Yeah, I guess have a niche. But also, like, here's the thing. I'm a plain, regular American guy who accidentally knows a second language. You know what I mean?
Accidentally knows a second language.
Well, I'm bilingual, but I'm not bicultural, if that makes sense.
No, it doesn't. You are totally bicultural. You go to India and you totally vibe. Like,
I vibed in India because I speak the language and eat the food, but I don't know the culture. Does that make sense? Like, I dated some Indian dude from New York and he was like, oh, you're Pakistani. Do you eat XYZ snack? And I'm like, the fuck snack is that? I've never even heard of what that is. He's like, oh, Pakistanis eat that.